Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Adventure Calls. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell to be notified when I post again. Leave a comment down below.
It is time
Alright,
to
so
find
last
another
time
thing.
we left off with you all making your way deeper into the jungle. I believe mostly led by... I forget. I forget who mostly led by.
Why?
I forget who. Led by somebody. I don't remember who. I forgot who rode the highest, but one of you. Led by one of you. You came across multiple fallen trees covered in large pools of dried or coagulating blood. And Beatrice, you rose up above the tree line to see a stone structure deep within the jungle. Upon relaying this to everyone else, you all decided to venture towards this stone structure, and after, I believe, another day's travel, you found a massive pyramid-like structure composed of four separate pyramids combined into one. A waterfall trailing down each side into a river, a river nearby. The trail of blood leads up to this pyramid. Beatrice, you flew up with Nichols to the topmost portion of this pyramid, and with your combined strengths, managed to break a hole in the roof into the pyramid. While you were doing this,
Because we're starting from the bottom and we gotta go to the top, obviously.
yeah, obviously, while you were doing this cross, you made your way up the stairs and made your entrance into one of the multiple side rooms along the pyramid, finding a ruined interior of an almost maze-like structure with elven writings along the wall. Chicken Man, go ahead and make a perception check real quick. While you're doing that, I'm going to finish up with you two found out as you fell into the temple because gravity. But thanks to Beatrice's quick actions, floated yourself down gently. Upon entering, you found a massive, empty interior filled with vines and leaf litter, and a what appeared to be massive boulder just in front of you that you hear a groaning from almost. And that's where we left off last time. Go
Is the the is that an egg?
I do not know. Do you think it would make a good omelet if it was?
Yes.
Amazing. 16. Okay, Cross, with your 16, I forget how much I actually told you about the Elven writings, but you take a look at these writings on the walls, these etchings, and you also notice that there are what look like pictures carved into the stone as well, that seem to be of possibly by the same peoples who constructed this temple. You see what look like pictures of a giant multi-headed snake with multiple eyes, terrorizing what looks like a local civilization, or just a civilization in general. And a depiction of what looks like a massive ape-like creature, or something similar to an ape, covered in stone and vine-like structures. Um, and you see these depictions on some of the walls closest to you as well. Um, so, Cross, as you're looking at this, you hear the crash of what sounds like stone above you somewhere above you. You really kind of hear an echo coming from outside, but you can kind of put two and two together as you do have a pretty high intelligence. That it sounds like the roof has caved in above you.
They actually did it. They got through the roof. Suppose I should join up with them.
Distant sounds of clucking.
Very distant.
What else do I see in this? Is it just a room, or do I see pathways?
And you do see pathways. Make a. Okay, well, yeah, sure. Well, you're 16, and I believe you actually have a pretty high. Well, no, because your passive's probably like a 12 at the most, or 13 at the most. But with a 16, you do notice that there does seem to be pathways and passageways in here. Currently, you're mostly just looking at one side of a wall. Some of it has been knocked down, and you can kind of see deeper in. The majority of the interior is overgrown with vines, these massive, thick vines that look more like tree trunks than vines, really. And occasionally you do see like holes up in the ceiling. Go ahead and give me another perception check to look for like a way to go up, or an investigation check. Either one kind of works. Both of them will kind of tell you the same thing, really. 12. Okay. With a 12, you kind of look quickly around this immediate area. You do see a passageway that kind of leads deeper in. Well, the wall kind of opens up into like this pathway. You don't immediately see a way up.
How big of an omelet do you think that an egg that size would make?
Well, I mean, is there like is it like one single doorway that I'm looking at? You said that I'm looking at a wall that's broken. Is it like something I can climb over, like a half wall, or?
No, it would be more like a worn down doorway that you see into. If you walk around the corner and you look deeper in, you may be able to find a direct way up. Also, I want to remind you, just because it has been a week, the pyramid does have a set of stairs that go almost all the way up to the top. So if you have basically two options. You can either look for a way to go up in here, or you could go back outside, try to get as high as you can, go inside, and see where you end up.
I'll do that. I'll go back outside because I figure I'll be closer to them over there.
Okay, so you make your way back out, and you begin making your way up the stairs, followed by Burb and Nugget. Takes you maybe a couple of, at most, maybe 30 seconds. I think you still technically have your Phantom Steed out, or whichever one it is.
Yes.
I can't fuck now.
Yes,
So you actually do
very
move
fast.
pretty fast. Yeah, at most I would say 30 seconds. Probably less than that, honestly, to make it all the way up here on your steed.
Hey, Newman.
So you go into one of the side doorways. and as you begin to step in, you notice that the floor is gone. You look down and you see this massive room that kind of opens up. That's covered in these thick tree-like vines, pillows that have been knocked down, and you see just what looks like two little specks of an Elven and whatever the fuck Knuckles is on the ground next to this what looks like a boulder. Go ahead and give me a perception check. I honestly still don't know what Knuckles technically is in character. I think you said Fallbog out of character, but in character I still have no fucking idea.
So I use the stat block of the bugbear when
Bugbear.
making him, and he's a fucked up echidna. Like get off!
He's fucked up kid.
He's a fucked up echidna from another world.
Oh.
Who are you playing with? We were playing
think we should
with
touch it?
some of my pay to
I want
play
to touch it.
players. We're
I'm
playing with
gonna
Shade,
touch it.
Bull
Let's
Woman,
touch it together.
and Chicken Man.
No, I'm gonna touch it first.
Hey,
And she
touch it
says
first.
quickly towards the egg. I touch it.
All right. So you rush forward. You begin to touch it. As you're doing this cross, you notice that this giant boulder that they're sitting in looks like it is covered in like what looks like a thick brown lichen or moss all over its body. You do see like some protrusions that look like stone. You see that it's like covered in these thick vines, and you see Beatrice rush to it. Beatrice, you rush to it. You touch it. It is covered in like this thick, coarse, either lichen or moss or something. And as you touch it, it begins to shift and move.
It's an egg.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
It's an egg.
Unfortunately, I think you're outside of my aura protection because you are a lot faster than I am.
Oh, really?
How far is your aura protection?
It's 10 feet from me.
You two well, okay. So I guess the question I have to ask is, how far were both of you away from this boulder? Because you two landed pretty close to it, so it would have been.
Like-
would you have took a step back? What would you have done?
Oh no,
They both ran at it.
Yeah, we both just ran at it from where we landed.
Okay, then
Yeah.
then you would be within 10 feet still.
Okay, so you still get the +6.
Yeah, because you two landed basically right next to this thing, and then you both rushed up to it. So yeah.
Was it a check or a saving
Shit,
throw?
I forgot. You're not in map tools. Holy fuck! I completely forgot. Saving throw. I was looking for a roll, and it never happened. I was like,
Saving throw. Dex saving throw.
yes.
26.
Is that with the +6?
That's what, yeah. But it's
Okay.
now a +8.
Oh, your deck save
no,
is now
for-
+8.
Yeah. Well, yeah, my dex is 18 plus 8. 26. You said save, right? Not check?
Yeah, save. So you roll an 18 plus
8.
plus 8.
And then you add 6 from aura protection.
Well, is the 8
Oh.
from the aura, or is your 8 just your dex?
That's my 8. So
Oh.
it's 32.
Yeah, 32. Yeah, so you rush up to this boulder. You kind of like rub it and smoosh your face up against it. You feel it move. You look up a little bit, yelling out, "It's an egg!" And then you see like this giant piece of the boulder kind of swings over, and you move out of the way, and you notice this large hand scratching at the part that you touched. And you notice that the tips of the hand are not boulder like they are made of flesh, and you see like these big, broken, chipped nails scratch the part that you kind of hugged and touched. And then the hand kind of retracts, the boulder shifts, and as it shifts, you notice you see a face an ape-like face kind of staring at you, and the face is about the size of your body entirely.
It's not an egg, it's a monkey!
You scream out, and you just get like a blast of warm air from its nostrils into your face.
And she's light as a feather, so she kind of like rolls off like the wind, just kind of ooh. Like a piece of paper in the wind.
The egg has hatched into a monkey?
Mm-hmm. Look, it's monkey.
I did not know that monkeys come from eggs. This puts a lot of things into perspective.
I know. Monkey. I gotta touch it again.
Monkey.
Oh god!
You rush up to it again, and as you're rushing up to its face, it blows a puff of air at you and blows you away.
Second verse, same as the first. She kind of blows away with the wind, and giggling like a maniac.
So across, you're looking down. You notice like this giant ape kind of foam up, still lying down on like its side, its face kind of looking towards Beatrice and Nucles. You kind of see it just release a breath of air, blowing Beatrice back.
What size is it?
You look
Large?
down and size it up. It looks massive, larger than probably any creature you've ever seen. So, kind of put that into perspective. A horse would be large. You know, your average
Yeah.
horse.
The dinosaur?
Bigger than what?
The dinosaur. The Allosaurus.
Yes. The Allosaurus would have been a huge creature, I believe. It is about the size of two of those.
Oh my goodness.
If it came out of the egg, does this mean that this is also baby?
Or maybe four of those. One of the two.
I don't know. Are you a baby?
Nucles and Beatrice, because you two are the closest, go ahead and give me perception checks.
Perception, because I'm great at this, yes.
Yes, you are very good at this. Use your eyes.
I know the way.
I believe in you, brother.
10.
Okay, so as you both kind of next to this thing looking at it, both of you notice that you see a massive wound in like its chest and its stomach. It's kind of laying down on its side, kind of keeping it away from you. But Beatrice, you do notice like a pool of blood kind of coming from this area. Nucles, as you look at it, you notice that the wound looks like or a series of puncture marks on its body, two of them larger than the rest. And you also notice that it appears to have like what looks like some sort of about a foot or to 2 foot long, like gnarled stick kind of wedged in like where the pecs of its chest kind of meet.
Someone
What?
Someone has hurt the baby!
Oh no! Who would do such a thing?
Hey, puppy.
You're a baby, and someone hurt you.
Were you asking me a question? Chicken Wing?
Yeah. You said it was two things on its side?
From where you are, you can't really see this. But
Okay. I'll pretend like I can't see it.
okay. But you can't see what I described from your angle. You just see a giant ape laying next to Beatrice and Nichols were standing. But
Cool.
what I described was a series of puncture marks in its chest and stomach, two larger than the surrounding. So it's kind of like in a U shape. The puncture marks are kind of like in a U shape, and two of them are larger than the rest. And that's what Nucles kind of
Sure.
sees. Beatrice
Actually,
is a little too engrossed in the giant baby monkey, apparently. Because I guess
It's
that's what it is now.
her.
But you said there was like something stuck into its chest as well.
Yeah, it looks like a stick or a twig or something that's about 2 feet long, and it's kind of not like stabbed into it. It's kind of like I don't know how to describe this. Like perpendicular? No, other way. Parallel to its chest. Like it's like if instead of a splinter being like stabbed and it's sticking out, it kind of looks like a splinter if it was like wedged up under the skin and kind of stuck there. But there's no skin growing on top of it. It's just kind of there.
It is okay. It is okay, giant baby monkey. One moment. It is going to be okay. I'm going to lay on hands the monkey for 20 HP.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Make an animal handling check. First of
Oh
all,
crap. Oh shit.
as you are approaching what appears to be a wounded animal, and it's fucking
I
massive.
will give the help action.
Okay, you have the help action.
Huzzah! Watch me roll a 1 now. Okay, that will work.
All right. You say this, and you've been around animals a majority of your life. Coming from your tribe, being hunters and warriors, you've been around animals a lot frequently, and you know how they react, especially when they're wounded. So you slowly approach, maintaining eye contact, making yourself appear to be small, less letting. I mean, in this case, you all small, but you get the point.
I just flop onto my belly and kind of army crawl toward it.
I imagine you don't even move your arms; you just shuffle your feet forward and you move.
Yes.
Maintaining eye contact with it as you kind of. So you approach. You reach out your hand, touch its bicep, and you cast Cure Wounds on it.
No, I do a lay on hands.
Oh, lay on hands. I don't know why I said Cure Wounds. Lay on hands. For 20 HP. You see several of like the small wounds slowly begin to close in as your radiant magics kind of go into its body, swirl around its bicep into its. I realize I don't know which one is the bicep. Swirling around its arm into its chest and stomach and kind of sealing up those small wounds. The two larger ones do kind of stay, but the multiple small ones do seem to close up a good bit. Nothing appears to happen to the stick kind of wedged in its chest, though. You do notice.
Gently pat the arm and just continue army crawling my way toward the stick.
What can I?
Do not startle him. Do not startle him. He's baby, but he's still big baby.
Should I make the baby some food?
If you're going to start fire, do it over there, away from baby. Fire bad.
Okay. I need to make a really big soup. Shepherd, is there like, I don't know, either maybe a rock formation that is in a shape of a bowl,
Bowl-like?
or a small pond?
Make a perception check. While this is happening, Cross, what are you doing? So, just for like a little bit of context, you're currently standing up on a ledge. You're looking down, and there was about a 20-foot drop to the next level where everyone else is standing out. Just for a little bit of context.
Because I don't understand the way the world works, if I were to just walk off the side of thing 20 feet down, what would happen to me?
You'd fall, take 2d6 points of bludgeoning damage, because every 10 feet is 1d6 points of damage.
Which I
For a
swear at one point it
for a
was 1d10.
mechanical situation. Seems a little low, don't it?
So you said the floor just kind of collapsed in on itself, and
Okay, so where you're at, you see the floor here has almost fully collapsed. There's no floor on like this section. Above you, there is a ceiling, and then you see like one about like 10-foot hole in the center of the roof.
Monkey.
And you notice like a pile of rubble. Well, these two were standing, or close by, anyway. Fresher rubble, as opposed to every other bit of rubble that's in
20
here.
feet down.
Yes.
How tall is the monkey?
Give me a perception check to kind of like, investigation check. Either one of those kind of works in this situation.
Is it
Investigation
like
might
10
be a
feet
bit-
tall or less than 10? That's less than half the room?
Well, he's laying down right now, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, he's laying
Okay.
down right now, so it's kind of
He's-
like you trying to like get an estimate of something else in the room and trying to estimate its size out next to these two.
I'm just trying to figure out if I would take 1d6 damage if I land on him instead.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, first off,
Okay.
you would have to jump to make it to it, so that's another risk. I would say that as it's laying down, it is about like 10 feet at the highest point above the ground, even laying down. So you would fall 1d6 up
Cool.
if you land on it.
I'm just curious. I'm not going to do it, but I wanted to. I was thinking about it. Let's not make Monkey Baby sad. Oh, Monkey Baby. I see you now. What to do? I have a spell just for this scenario, but I like my spell slots.
The eternal struggle of a caster.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point of? I want my cake and eat it too.
Perhaps you can jump off and have the one that is slightly bigger catch you.
No. You are obsessed with Monkey. You will not see me
Yes.
fall.
Yes,
yeah,
then
that's true.
then both of you can take 2d6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so I just jump off. Or, and then I just go straight down.
I was gonna say, don't you have a standard adventuring kit?
Also
I
remember, you also have Nugget, who would also take 2d6 points of damage.
I'll cast Feather Falling.
That'll work.
Yes.
All right. You hop off the ledge, in your Nugget mecha. You cast Featherfall and you slowly make your way down.
I'll cast it 1 foot of the floor, so I go down fast. Superhero landing.
Alright, you float down. You fall and then you slowly, gently land softly.
Yes.
3-point landing. So Beatrice and Nuckles, you both see Cross falling and then slowly landing, making a dramatic entrance. Also, Beatrice, what did you roll for your perception check?
Nine.
You do not find, you do not see a stone structure that looks like a bowl in this room. Actually,
What about
that's a lie.
10?
It's not a stone structure. It's actually what looks like an old metallic brazier that's in a corner.
Perfect.
Uh,
Why is this here? I don't know. Do we actually find a literal giant pot?
well, it's a brazier, but yes,
What's a brazier?
it's like for torches and stuff.
Large torch. A
And
very large.
Olympics. I think the Olympics. You know, the little thing that goes when they throw a torch in it.
Oh. So a giant fire pit.
Yeah. There's no fire in it though, so you know.
Well, there can be, and instead of soup, I could make. I could fry things.
Get the alcohol in your voice, Paul.
You know what? I have only had one drink right now.
Somehow I don't believe you.
Oh, that's. Anyway.
That's alcohol, sis. How dare you?
I actually need to get myself another drink. Anyway. Nuka, there's no bowl. But there's fire. But there's no fire. But there's a fire hole.
I must immediately remove the stick.
I need to fry a big animal to feed the baby. What stick? Hi.
What do you got in your bag? You got any goodies in there? Make us.
No, I was gonna go into the cave and find things to make soup. Fry soup. But
This monkey is the most confused creature on the planet right now.
I have alcohol, but that monkey's a baby and it's a monkey.
Ah.
So
okay.
I'm gonna go find something to make food for the monkey. I'm gonna make baby food.
Okay.
Okay. She's gonna float off and try to find maybe I don't know, an elk, a large pile of plants that look somewhat edible. She's gonna find some things to fry on the giant torture brazen to feed to the baby monkey.
Fuck are we?
Ah, yes, the traditional baby food, elk and rats.
Yes. It's monkey food.
Sure.
By the way,
This is a gorilla, right?
yeah,
Yes.
I was gonna say, listen, chat. I understand that it's a gorilla, but monkey.
But monkey.
Monkey. Alright, so you fly out of the pyramid and off into the jungle. Make me a survival check to look for wild game.
And this is gonna be straight because it's for food.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me. Oh god, he didn't. Thank you. 19.
Alright, 19. As you fly off into the jungle,
Wait, how did she leave the jungle? Was there an exit? I thought we're stuck inside this pyramid with no exit.
No,
Fly.
I can fly.
she can fly. There's also a hole in
Okay.
the ceiling that they made.
Ah, I thought she just walked left and went straight through the doorway to the outside.
Oh,
No, she exits stage up.
Stage up. Okay.
There's just a small crack in the side of the wall, and she just flipped through it.
As she's flying through the sky, just in her mind is this butterfly in the sky. I can go fly twice as high. Just the whole time. There's not a thought between those eyes. Anyway, sorry.
Amazing.
It's reading rainbow.
This is just our existence now. I investigate the stick.
So you fly off into the jungle, looking for game to make monkey baby food. Baby monkey food. I don't know which way is the more appropriate term for that, but I don't know. They both kind of mean the same thing, I suppose. You find a large wild boar. That's good protein. You find a massive banana tree full of ripened bananas. Several of the stalks have been stripped clean.
By other monkeys.
Or is he the one that has been throwing the sticks? I'm not there, don't listen to me.
And you, yeah, shit, fuck. You find
Mangoes.
Sure, mangoes. Fuck it. You tell me what you find. Fuck it.
Dungeon
You're the
Master.
cook. You tell me what you find.
I am the cook. You know what I find? I find because this is technically an animal, even though it is a large animal. It is an animal, so we don't want to use too much spice. So she's gonna find some bananas, some leafy greens, some mangoes and bananas.
Just habanero peppers. Nothing but habanero peppers. All the habanero peppers.
Do I need to make an attack on the boar? Is it just one boar?
Okay. You find a mommy boar and like 3 piglets. No.
Moral conundrum.
Predicament. Baby for you. Okay. You find like a small herd. I don't know what the fucking herd. What pig groups are called. You find a small herd of wild boar. I feel like it's not hard. I feel like it's gonna be some stupid like pin
Okay, now I
or
have to
jam
Google
or
this.
some shit.
It probably is. Let's just go.
It's
with
probably
it.
gonna call like gluttony of pigs. It's a gluttony of pigs or some shit.
Do you know that the process of an alpaca giving birth is called an unpacking?
Of course it is.
A group of, or I guess I should specify boars specifically, because a group of pigs is a drift or a drove. What about boars?
I knew it would be something stupid.
Oh no, wild boars, it's still herd.
I'd be down.
Well, she will take 2 boars. She'll, yeah.
You quickly fly down, death from above, and take down 2 wild bulls simultaneously, like a hawk coming in after a rat from the sky.
Like a jaguar biting into the skull of a caiman. It's quick and kind of scary.
You see one of the wild piglets look back, hold out a little hoof, a tear going down its face, and then it quickly runs off.
Oh, bye! She waves.
Bye-bye! The most demented thing.
She has no idea, dude.
That piglet will be her next BBEG. My name is
I had to
Santor.
feed-
You killed my father. You will die now.
I had to feed the baby monkey. Okay.
Just gonna have Beatrice convinced by the end of this that everything is a baby.
You're a baby. You're a baby. There's a lot of irresponsible parents here.
Not technically wrong, I suppose. Everything is a baby to something.
Alright, she's gonna take the boars under each arm and her pack full of fruit and veg and begin to fly back to the temple. I'm gonna make some awesome baby food.
You begin to fly back. What is Cross and Nichols doing while Beatrice is off decimating hog families and making new BBEGs?
I would like to investigate the stick on the monkey's chest.
Alright, give me an investigation check.
Oh boy, because I'm great at these. Investigation. Hey, I didn't do too bad.
16. Okay. As you kind kind of sit in awkward silence with the giant ape. It's seemingly either not caring about your presence because you're so small compared to it, or just not really fully understanding that you're here. You approach it, kind of still maintaining that same uh, di- disposition as you did last time, laying low to the ground, trying to be perceived as not a threat. Um, as you kind of crawl up closer to it, trying to get a close, good look at this stick in its chest, you notice that the stick or this twig or whatever it is, this like part of a limb or something, does look like it is kind of embedded in its chest, kind of in a long wise position. And you notice that around it is like a condensed grouping of stone and what looks like either roots or vines kind of growing out of where this stick is, or this twig, and almost looks like it's going into the chest of the ape, almost similar to like a vein structure, but made out of either roots or vines of something of that matter.
Oh, have idea. I'm going to open divine sense.
You cast. It always feels so weird to call it casting when it's not really casting. When you cast divine sense, you got macro for that, right? What all does that sense again? I know it's fiends.
I don't have the Magger off the top of my head, but I can pull it up real quick.
I know it's like fiends, celestials, and shit like
undead.
that. Undead.
Celestials, fiends, are undead. And I can also detect the presence of a place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated.
Okay. Okay, so
it's within
you don't.
60 feet.
Alright, so you don't sense any celestials or fiends or undead, not in the area anyway. You do sense that this area does give off a feeling of consecration. It gives off a sense of not sanctuary. What's the word? I guess it was sanctuary. I don't know if I can. Gives off a sense of like calm and safety almost.
Serene.
That's it. Serene. Thank you. Fucking English, dude.
No wish.
Fucking English.
And I'm going to armor crawl my back way over to Cross. Yep. Look up at Cross for my position on the floor.
What is it?
This
What's
is the
the-
place of the queens. I can sense the power here.
Makes sense. Such a large place would be home to some magic and strange beings. What's with the stick?
It is above of him. It is there, and goes into there.
So you want to leave it there as it is?
It would most likely be the better option.
Also, Nichols, give me an insight check.
An insight check. Okay. 19.
19. As you're having this conversation with Cross about this stick, and whether or not to leave it or try to get it out, you sorry, I got two ideas going through my head right now. Cross, you also make me an insight check. You have a sudden spark of memory of what you were sent here for, what the queens had you go seek, and why they sent you out to this portion of the jungle, of the
The
world.
stick of truth!
And you think, this has been the only stick that has stuck out to you. Out of all of these sticks in this entire jungle, only this one has stuck out to you.
Wait. It is the stick of truth.
Oh, it's a good thing you said something because I forgot about that.
Cross, with your insight, there's nothing more I can tell you.
Oh, I forgot about it, but he tells me everything he knows, and then I remember.
Well, this wasn't the thing I was talking about. This was something different for you, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
I go army crawling back over to the stick.
And at this time, Beatrice, you fly back in with 2 dead bulls under your arms and a bag full of bananas and mangoes.
Every time forgetting how strong this monk is.
I'm gonna make some pitching pork roast.
Beatrice!
Yeah?
We have found the stick of truth!
Where?
Here!
No, grab it. Don't know.
The monkey's the stick?
No, it is in his chest. Right there. It may be causing him pain. I need to get the stick of truth.
Oh man, you're gonna make the monkey.
I
Yeah.
think it's part of him.
What if he likes the stick and you try and steal his stick of truth?
Well, of
He
course
is
he is the
s-
guardian of the stick. It is a great artifact of power, the stick of truth.
I think he is the stick. He is Stick. His name is Stick.
Oh, God.
The stick of truth. If he is the stick, we must bring him back to the queens.
Oh. Well, hold on. We need to eat first.
I want to see if there's any possible way that the stick can be removed without harming the monkey.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna start a fire on the brazen and putting large rocks in the brazen, and that's where I'm gonna start frying the food.
Awesome. You start cooking brazils. What?
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 Okay. Oh, can I indulge you, Shepherd? Can I
Please do.
indulge everyone?
Oh,
All right.
no.
Oh, yeah. So Beatrice knows somehow that the monkey can't have a lot of food that we can have.
Uh-huh.
So there's the one boar for the monkey.
Yeah.
And she essentially just does the basic skin it, leaves essentially all the entrails and everything because it's a boar, it's a wild monkey. She surprisingly knows about this. Who knows why? Who knows how? She'll put like some of the like bananas and mangoes on top. But for the one for everyone else, and yes, I'm going to be using the cook treats, chef cook treats. So when you guys eat this, you will be getting a eat one of these treats and get temporary hit points equal to my proficiency bonus, which is 3. She starts grinding the bananas and the mangoes in a bowl that she has, mixing a bit of like seasoning to it, maybe a little like cayenne pepper into it, maybe even some kimchi.
Paprika.
Oh boy. She like hollows out the pig, and takes all like the liver and all the guts, and like starts making a stuffing out of it, puts it back in the pig with like a bunch of the mangoes and bananas. And then like does like the rest of like the juices from the mango and the bananas and everything, she like glazes it on top of the pig. And like gives it like a nice like spit roast almost. But not really, because it's on a rock in a fire. You're welcome.
I need the stick of truth. I need the stick of truth.
Delicious.
Delicious. We can talk about it after the food.
Alright, so you light up this massive brazier. Or you light a fire up under it. Put the food in. Cook it up nice and good with all of the skill of a master cook. And as you're doing this, Noogles, give me a medicine check to try and determine how you could if you could safely remove this stick.
Even before natural 20.
For
Damn
the
it.
one. As you look at it, it looks deeply embedded into the body of this ape.
Cheat.
Potentially not impossible to move, but without either a great deal of medical skill or a innate knowledge of this, of the creature or this stick itself and what it's doing, if it is doing something. And it does appear to be doing something. It would be extremely difficult, if not near impossible, to remove it safely.
I'm going to slip into 7 as I crawl up to my knees. And I implore, "Oh, great guardian of the stick, I require the stick for the queens!"
Alright, you speak to the ape in Sylvan, pleading it that you need the stick for the queens. Roll me a persuasion check.
5.
Oh, so sorry. You need a natural 20.
Damn it.
The ape looks to you. Beatrice is still aside, cooking in this old metal brazier. Chicken Man, what are you doing during this time? What's Cross doing?
Besides face palming at everything you're seeing here.
I don't know. He's been trying to get a little chaotic and hasn't had any look yet.
Yeah, I've been trying to, I don't know, maybe look at the stick. Or, maybe, before I look at the stick, look around the room. Are there any doorways to this place? Any ways in?
Make a perception check.
Need my computer for that.
And so this is basically 2 checks. First check to look at the room for any doors, entryways, or exits would be a perception check. That's a 1. Okay. You don't see anything. You don't see any man-made entrances or exits immediate to your eyes. You do kind of look up and you do see another what looks like large open pathway and one of the roofs, but it's obviously not man-made. This has definitely been either created by this creature or just a natural hole made over time.
It's like a pathway, right? Not just a hole in like the ceiling. It's like a.
No, it's just a straight up hole.
And we
It's
didn't see it from the outside because it goes somewhere in the temple as well.
no, it was on the opposite side that you didn't come in on. You came on one side and Hull was on the opposite side. And plus, these two just went up to the very top without really even waiting for me to mention what the pyramid looked like at all. And honestly, I think if I did say there was a giant hole inside, y'all would have just went to the top anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's the false check you make. And if you want to look at the
Stick.
the stick, that's either going to be a. Well, I guess first off, it would be what are you looking for, and then there'll either be. I'll determine what I tell you.
I'm trying to. I guess. Hold on. Let me cancel this. Do I have? I don't think I have detect. Magic. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to identify the stick. What is it made out of? What is it used for? I guess I won't know any of that unless I start poking it.
So if you're trying to determine if the stick is magical in some way, that's going to be an Arcana check. If you're trying to determine what the stick looks like it's made out of, or something like physical, that's going to be an investigation check. If you're trying to find out if it's something like any kind of medical things it may be doing, like how's it affecting this creature biologically or something like that, that's going to be a medicine check. So depending on which one of those three or something else you may think of, it's going to be one of those three.
Okay,
Arcana. Unless you think of something just wildly different that doesn't really
Arcana.
All right, so with a 21, you look at this stick, this limb, this twig that is kind of embedded in the chest of this creature. And you do sense a aura of magic about it. You have spent a good portion of your life making magic items, working with magical enchantments. So this is something entirely almost second nature to you. This the stick does appear to have some sort of major enchantment, either placed on it or that it exudes. You have never really seen an item that kind of exudes this much of an aura. But the initial kind of determination that you make is that it has some sort of ability to influence others, or to influence the way they perceive something.
Gotcha. All right. Good.
And yeah, so that's kind of what you get from that. Nichols, as you kind of plead out in Sylvan, the ape turns to look at you. It doesn't really speak, but you kind of hear like the guttural like of apes. I don't really know what those sounds would be called. I probably should. I don't know. Honestly. Monkey. But you kind of see that it kind of motions to the stick on its chest, and then it kind of forms what looks like a gentle fist with its fingers not fully closed, and then you kind of see it go, kind of gently close its hand, then open it up, almost in a rhythmic kind of motion. Two small squeezes, and then it expands its hand. Two small squeezes, and it expands its hand.
Oh boy, we're playing charades. Oh god. Ah.
Hey, you tried to talk to an open. You don't have animal speak.
And I can only speak with tiny beasts or with small beasts, and he's not small.
You could try.
But he's not small.
Can I make an insight check to try and figure out what's
Yes, absolutely.
being alluded
Because
to here?
charades, when you can't see the person making the charades, is extremely difficult.
Please don't fuck me. Okay, 16.
Can I make a real life insight check? Alright, with a 16, you kind of get a sense of like that that hand motion, and while it's doing that, it kind of matches like to the motions of the hand gestures, and you kind of get a vague idea that it sounds. If an ape were to interpret what a heartbeat would sound like, that would probably be it.
Oh, okay. This is hot. Damn it.
Fuck.
Moral conundrums of a paladin. Beatrice, I require your assistance.
King Pig.
Beatrice, I require to fly.
You require fly?
I require fly.
Oh, I don't have any.
I just imagine this is Beatrice is kind of like that mom who's cooking right now, and one of her kids is trying to ask her for something, like, but she's busy.
No, Jimmy, I don't have any dollars for the fair.
But Mom, the ice cream truck is here.
I said no. We're gonna have dinner soon. We're gonna have Brussels sprouts.
The
But
Guardian, he requires a heart. We must go get a heart from one of the other temples. We must go. We must fly.
I can give him the pig heart.
No. It must be another heart. It must be another heart of the great ones. I know this. This I know. Other temples. There will be other beasts. Must get the heart.
I think you're taking this really out of proportion.
I need the stick, Beatrice. You don't understand.
Why don't you tell us the queens?
I cannot talk to them this far away. I do not have that ability.
Oh. Well. Maybe when the other smart people get here.
There is no time. I must get the heart. I must get the heart to tread for the stick. Just the heart. Beatrice, please. Just hanging off her legs. Just Beatrice, please.
I think he's saying the stick is his heart.
Yes, so you will require another heart.
No, so that he can't leave.
Why don't we just leave him alone and go steal the heart of another beast?
Yes, and bring it back so that I can get the stick.
But why not just take their stick? Maybe they have a stick.
I'm gonna keep making food.
Because there is only one stick of truth, and it is there.
Maybe there's more.
You don't understand. There is only one stick of truth. It is there. I need the heart of a great beast to trade for the heart.
Okay. Well, I feel like this is a good monkey. Let's go look around the temple.
This we can agree with. This we can agree with. You cook. Carson, I go find.
Okay.
It would have to be some great beast, possibly a rival of the Guardian.
I need more salt.
Tell me, Cross. Tell me. Do you know anything of a rival for a great beast like this?
No. Never seen a beast like this before.
Then we must search. We must find something. Come, my brother. We must find something to trade for the stick. I'm going to try and find a doorway out of here.
Well, there's the big hole in the wall, remember? Big hole in the
there?
wall. Yeah.
Wasn't it 20 feet up though?
No. There's another big hole in the side of the building.
No, this was also on the ceiling.
Oh. Okay. But yeah, I guess we keep investigation checking till we find our way out of here.
Make me investigation checks to try and find a way out of this.
I will
This
give
may
help
matter.
action to Cross.
18.
With an 18, you look around. You do find old passageways, old doorways, but many of them have crumbled and collapsed in. You kind of find like little tiny crawl spaces that, for something small enough, probably could make it through. But the only main way that you see in and out of this chamber is that massive hole in the ceiling. You look around, you do find a series of vines and small trees that kind of grow up to this hole, as it is really the only source of light coming in here. I mean, if the plant life has grown up to this source of light. So the easiest way is to try to climb up this vegetation out of this hole in the ceiling.
I was gonna say in that case, I'm gonna try and scramble up it, just excited clucking, just.
All right. I'm not going to ask for athletic checks or anything like that. You managed to. I think you even have a pretty good strength. So you managed to climb up out of this hole, out of this room, using the vines and tree limbs in here. And Cross, you literally have a flying machine that can help you. So I'm not going to ask you.
It doesn't have a flying speed.
The little one does though.
It's a tiny beast.
Well, I mean, it can't lift you up and out, but it can like help you stabilize. Is what I'm saying. Like if you begin to fall, it can like help push you up. So
Okay, sure. Yep.
yeah, I'm giving it to you. Let me give it to you.
Okay, we fly out of here on my beast.
Yeah. So you both managed to get out. And you come out on a roof on the opposite side of the part that you couldn't enter. Well, the part that one of you entered in on, the other two went in through the ceiling. So you're now on the roof. One section below the highest point where Beatrice and Nichols broke the ceiling in.
Now, double checking just so I fact checked myself. When we arrived here, there were technically 6 temples arranged in a pattern.
4.
4?
Well, 4 pyramids kind of put together to make one giant pyramid. And they all kind of convene at the top where they kind of go flat, and then at the very top is an extra little bit that kind of pokes out, and that's where you and Beatrice made this hole.
Okay.
So think 4 squares that all kind of make up one side of this pyramid, and at the very top is like a little nubbin on the top.
But there are 4 distinct like staging areas before heading up to the joining at the top, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to make my way down to investigate the lower levels.
You make your way down. And as mentioned before, each side has like 2 doors, and each 5 or 10 or 5 feet, I forget which one it was, has 2 more sets of doors. Or entryways, rather. No doors. The doors are gone. If there was any doors, they're gone. As well, are you looking inside, or are you just looking around the outside to kind of get an idea of what may be inside?
So I'm gonna start with just like the entryway doors and
Mhm.
just like see if there's any distinguishing markings that are different from each other on each door.
Okay. Give me perception checks. Not perception.
Perception,
Investigation checks. Investigation checks.
investigation, 10.
Uh, and Cross, you can too. You can as well if you're aiding in this venture.
We said perception.
Uh,
Investigation.
well, perception also works, but investigation as well.
Oh, I like that one better.
It quite literally is just saying what you say. Okay, so as you kind of go around each section of this little potion, you do see like a lot of is mosaic the right one? Not mosaic, but like carvings on the entryways. Yeah, murals. I think that might be right. I don't really know. English is hard, man. Along the doorways, the archways, and along the surface of the structure itself. The Crush, you notice that the ones on the outside are far more worn than the ones on the inside are, as they are immediately hit by the environment, the sun or the rain or what have you. But you do notice that you do see like depictions of what kind of look like wild animals, just animals that you would naturally see in the jungle, some that you've already seen, kind of depicted on various portions of this. You see
It's a door, right? We're looking at a door.
well, I'm just describing like the entirety of the thing that you're looking at, like everything outside, every little bit that you would be looking at, which is doors, the walls, everything.
Okay, I just didn't know if it was like a fancy picture on a door. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, this is like everything, like the whole outside. I'm just going like through what you'd be seeing as you're going down and as you're looking at to try and get an idea of what's inside at this
Okay.
little miss level. And basically what you're seeing out here this is like you see this depictions of various wild animals that many of which or some of which you've already seen, different kind of plant life. On the I'm just going to use terms like east, west, north, south, all that kind of stuff. On the westernmost door, oh not door, but like wall and door, you see what look like depictions of snake-like people with serpentine bodies. And these depictions are kind of like I would kind of like just say think of like how hieroglyphs look of like the ancient Egyptians and stuff like that, but think carved into the stone rather than painted. It's kind of like those kind of images that you're looking at. So it's nothing like super like, hey, look, that's Tom. I remember him distinctly. And that's kind of what you see on the. I immediately just forgot what I said. On the east portion of wall and doors.
Next on the east.
On the east, my lord. On the west side, you see what look like depictions of lizard folk. On the southern portion, you see what appear to be some variation of elves. Kind of difficult to determine if what speciation of elves they are, what particular subrace they are. And then on the north side, you see depictions of what look like how best to describe this? What look like apes, but they're standing more humanoid than what Cross, you kind of noticed what you saw before, which was a kind of a giant ape depiction. These look more upright depictions, but they still have like an apish look to them. And that's what you see on like each side of the pyramid. On each side, you see these kind of portions. And this kind of goes all the way down from the bottom up to the top. You kind of see like these continual depictions.
What say you?
These ones, the monkey people, they're on the opposite side from the people of the queens. I'm not sure what to make of this. Does this mean they are staying in opposition, or that they are aligned, and that the other two?
Maybe it's just a different house. You want to go look at the house over there? Gesture to the elves.
We will have to see. And I will run over to the southern side where the elven depictions are, and I guess we'll start at the bottom since it works its way up, and I'll dip into the tunnel on the bottom side and see what I can find.
All right, so just for ease of use, I'm going to go and tell you now. Both doors on every side meet up to each other. So, like on the south side, both of those doors enter into the same room. Just so you don't go like, I'm going on bottom left, bottom right. Just so we get all that shit out of the way.
Yeah, no, I'm just like going level by level to see if I can find anything that. I'm mostly concerned about looking for anything that looks like these 8 people fighting the elves.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you enter. Go ahead and make either Well, if you're looking for like depictions of them fighting, I would say that would be like investigation to like interpret what you're saying as fighting, instead of just some funky looking pictures on the wall.
Do what I must. 17.
I guess I also should verify. Cross, did you go in the same portion that Nichols did, or did you go into a different portion?
Yeah, yep. Following together.
Okay, so same thing for you. You can also roll to say what you say. Alright, so you enter this this first portion. And I believe this is the same portion that you entered first, Cross. I believe you went to the bottom bit first.
Sure. Yep. Second story on the right.
Okay, so you went second story, not first story. Okay, so you're in first story right now. Alright, so as you first enter, you see depictions of what look like an elf civilization. You see the first like bit of rooms. It's in a similar state to what Crush you saw in the second story, which was old ruins, kind of broken down, the walls crumbling in, with depictions on the walls, also with Elvish writing. Nichols, do you speak Elvish?
Yes, I do.
Oh, well, okay then. In that case, you can vaguely read this. It is worn and it is old, but it also looks like a much older dialect than what you're used to seeing. But it looks like these are depictions of an ancient elven civilization. Um, from what you can tell, it looks like this was an old civilization that spanned a good majority of this jungle. And this appears to have been made either around the height of the civilization or it's depicting that moment of when they were at the best. And you kind of just get ideas of like what their daily lives were like, how they collected food, all that good stuff. And that's kind of what you see at the very bottom. You also do notice that you see kind of mentions or suggestions to or about other groups of individuals. Strangely enough, you don't see a mention of a group of 8 people, but you do see mentions of the lizard folk and the snake folk.
Okay, up to the second floor now.
There's no treasure on this floor?
So make another investigation for treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Do-do-do-do.
17. As Alright, so as you're looking around, at these depictions on the wall and structures around you, you find many different like pieces of old pottery that to either collectors or something like that could be valuable to you, probably not so valuable, but like to the right people, you see different bits of like pottery that have more depictions of like or of this ancient elven civilization with elven writing. So to the right people, this could be worth something. That's completely up to you whether or not you can solve this treasure or not. You also find like bits of old coinage that don't appear to be made out of any of the common materials used to make coins in your current time. But they look like they are made out of some kind of what's the word? Gemstone or something like that. They look like they're made out of gems rather than gold or silver or something like that.
Lots of baby birds.
All the baby birds. But they do look like coins. So they're round, they're very rough, and they kind of have like a almost like each one has been kind of like etched into like round shape. You kind of guess that these are coins, but you do find some of these. You find as you're kind of like scouring this first floor, I say you find about 20 or so of these. You also you also find some more that look like they're made out of some kind of like stone, and these are bigger. And these are all very rough. Like the stone ones are very rough. Like they look like they've been weathered a good bit. But you find some of those, and those you find about 100 of them. So again, maybe not valuable to you, but to a collector, probably.
I'll keep the pretty gemstones, gather them up on my back, and then I remember Felix is not with us. and I'll send out Burb to go find him and tell me what he finds.
Yeah. Where?
You don't know.
Where is Felix?
You don't know.
So Burb
He
is
didn't.
on a mission to go find him and then come back and tell me what happens.
He didn't fly in with you. All right. So
He's
Burb,
dead.
he's dead. The monkey ate him. So
Yeah, you can
Burb,
wait a couple turns and do some random rolls for him. I don't mind.
yeah. So Burb flies out. After you've kind of looked for your treasure and looked around in this room, since you've noticed that, hey, Felix isn't with us. So Bird flies out, scans the area a whole bunch, Bird goes, into different parts of the pyramid as well. And then you two go up a level. So go ahead and roll me investigation checks. While you're doing this, Beatrice, what are you doing? We'll say you finally finished cooking at this point.
I'm done. I'm done.
You're done.
Okay. Monkey! I have food for you. I'm gonna try and wave the monkey over here. Wave him over. Come over here. Here.
Make
Here.
an animal handling check.
Oh boy.
I'll say with advantage because you have food.
Oh, 19 then.
All right. Just out of curiosity, what was it without advantage?
Let me check.
Oh, you didn't roll? Okay, I just assumed you did.
Hold on. It would be two. I can roll again and see.
No, it's just...
Natural 20, so 23.
Oh, okay.
Nice. So that would still be a 19.
Alright, so, you beckon the ape over. The smell of fruit and meat, fruit and cooked pork filling there. You kind of see its nostrils flare out, taking in a deep breath as this smell kind of wafts over to it, and you beckon it to come over, and you kind of see it not really fully stand up, but kind of just crawl over in your direction, pulling itself over sluggishly to you, kind of peering over this brazier that you filled up with food.
Yeah, and so he has an entire an entire roasted pig with a bunch of fruit around and cooked within it, all to himself. And we have another one, and most likely what we don't eat of ours we'll give to him.
You notice it kind of smell it, and then just gently as a giant ape can, grab a handful of the fruit and just shove it in its mouth.
Guy, I made food for the baby, and made food for you. Get your food. By the way, you will get 3 temporary hit points
We're not there
when
right
eating
now.
this. Oh.
Yeah, they're still doing their investigation things. Oh yeah, you've been alone for quite some time, Beatrice. You didn't even notice.
But the pig.
You were so enraptured with your cooking.
Zest starts stuffing her face. As a kind of bewildered, and slowly just starts putting the food in her mouth, just kind of in awe that she's now left behind.
With a giant monkey.
I'll come back.
It's a baby. I'm okay.
Baby.
The as the ape kind of shoves food in its mouth, smacking, just kind of stares at you. Making very loud, like louder than normal. Well, maybe not normal for it, but extremely loud smacking noises as it smacks on this combination of bananas and mangoes. Staring at you.
She just has a wide smile on her face and continues to eat her pork and fruit.
It sees you eating the pork and it looks down at the cooked pig on the version. It reaches in and kind of just picks a piece and tries to imitate.
Oh yeah.
Imitate what you're doing.
Yeah, it just falls right off the bone.
It eats the bone.
No. Okay.
Crunch.
Crunch.
Babies need that calcium.
They need that bone marrow.
The fact that chicken marrow is a thing concerns me.
Yes. Yeah, and she's just tearing into, like, she's showing it, like, oh, just, like, pull from here and all the meat comes off. And then just pop all of the meat into your mouth.
Make an animal handling check.
And the poor...
It takes you and it rips all the meat off your bones.
No. 17.
So you kind of like show like what you're doing, and then it takes like it rips off a leg off of the pig, and it looks at you, and you see it like the leg in its hand is just it's so tiny, and you kind of see it, and then it tries its best to like strip the meat off of the bone, but it just ends up crushing the bone in the process.
She'll clap her hands and like act very happy. Like he did a good job. Yay! The baby eats. Baby monkey. Just a sparkle in her eyes.
This is a special creature. She really is.
You kind of see like this joyous like impression kind of infect it a little bit, and you swear you kind of between the smacks and the just occasional monkey noises that it makes, it kind of sounds like it gives off a little chuckle.
Yes. Monkey.
Monkey. 5 months from now, Beatrice is just gonna be thinking monkey and not remember why.
Monkey. Big monkey, made of grass. Baby monkey, made of grass. Monkey. Oh, by the way, she like just popped some acid too. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, worst babysitter ever. Do not leave your child with Beatrice. Do not do it.
Not.
This is where the stories of your child being put in the oven come from, okay? It's like, look, guys, I made turkey, but we didn't have a turkey. And I'm ending the joke here.
Just stop there.
This is where we end the joke.
Just stop there. Kill that joke. Kill it dead.
And no. She always checks the pulse of whatever meat she's making before she fries it or does anything to it.
Gotta make sure it's dead.
Literally, even if it's a steak, she'll check for a pulse.
Just a raw steak on the counter. Just like, guys, check it for a pulse.
Medicine check for steak pulse.
I think it's breathing. Hits it with a hammer. Now it's dead.
That's amazing. All right. So as Beatrice has dinner date with the giant gorilla, you two make it up to the second level. Burb has not returned yet. Um, as you enter the second level, go ahead and make me. Actually, did you already remember? You did. You did.
Yep.
So with the fall, nothing immediately sticks out to you. Cross with 22. This is the room that you were already previously in, but now you're going deeper into it. You're looking at more of it. And in this room, you do see like these depictions of of this that I mentioned earlier, of this large ape-like creature that has what look like vines on it, and of this multi-headed snake creature as well. And these two depictions occur kind of haphazardly, not too frequent. But you do notice them and see them. And at this point, Cross, if you would like tell Nucles of which you found, Nucles, you would be able to read the language as well. Again, not super easy to do because it does appear to be like an ancient dialect, but it's still the same language nonetheless. So it's like trying to read Old English. Good fucking luck.
Yay!
But you do kind of manage to read it.
Going a little cross-eyed in the process.
Impressive. For Nucles. Shit, what was I gonna say? As you kind of read the script in this room, the symbolism doesn't really pop out at you immediately, mostly because you rolled a 4 on your investigation. But the language you do manage to kind of vaguely read. And in this room, you see like mentions of what you kind of what's the word? Interpret, translate. That's what translate to be what appears to be the terms Baskili and Throth. You kind of pick out these two terms that kind of get mentioned every so often. And in a grand scheme, it seems like these are two figures that seem to have been of high note within this elven society. One, the term Throth, or Thoth, in almost like more of a higher standing than that of Baskil. When the phrase Baskil is mentioned, it's kind of in a tone of either resentment or just not caring. There's a word though that I can't think of. When Baskil is mentioned. As you kind of get deeper into this room, you also see what mentions of a different sect of elves that seem to diverge from this group of elves. The ones that you kind of get the idea probably built this series of ruins. And while you're in here, you hear a little mechanical chirp coming from deep within the ruins, and you see Burb fly out from the darkness and kind of almost fly into Ukros.
From deeper within?
Yeah, like from a more interior portion of this room. This room is very big. Like, probably a good, we'll say like 90 feet. As you, like each segment is massive, but because you're in a pyramid, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So this portion is probably like a good 80 feet. This bit. Correction. That would be taking in the entire. This one is like more like 40 feet or so.
But Burb came from, not from like the outside.
Not from the inside. Came in from deeper inside.
Does your Burb know how to teleport?
Nope. Nope. It flies straight.
Did you not send him to find Felix?
Yes, I guess he found him. When did you find Burb? I can communicate with small beasts, so we be talking.
And this is where we get to the unfortunate conclusion that your bird is not actually a bird, but is a mechanical being. Make a. We get to play the game of interpretation. I was actually thinking about this like earlier this week, and I kind of came to the conclusion of you work with machines all the time. You don't need to make an insight check to figure out what your machines are telling you because you work with them all the time. It's just
I wrote the language that they use to speak to me.
Exactly. It's an R2D2 situation. It's like you don't need to like make an interpretation. You just fucking know. So I had that like realization like last week. It was like, why am I making him?
I'd find other way because it'd be kind of makes sense. I mean, you could make a machine that doesn't know how to talk. So,
technically, I don't think they all supposed to know how to talk, but this is just fun.
okay.
So yeah, I think from this I just think like I just think like you've literally made these things, and I would say that these wouldn't be the first two that you've ever made. So you speak binary is what I'm saying. So a bird flies up to you, gives us a series of mechanical chirps and tweets, and informs you that Felix is deeper inside of the this floor, this ruin.
You said he's on this floor? Right then, lead the way. Unless you want to move slowly here. Knuckles.
Perhaps the Gobbler de Felix will have found this basket and we will take it hard.
Okay. Let us go.
Alright. Burb flies off in the direction that it came from. You two follow close behind. And Burb takes you a good ways inside, deep inside of this segment of room that you haven't had a full chance to fully comb yet. And you see Felix is furiously like writing and taking notes and etchings of like a series of the wall. He's got his backpack like fully open with a whole bunch of notebooks, just writing down as much as he can. And he doesn't even notice you walking up.
You never even noticed the giant monkey?
We're not on that floor yet.
Never made it that far.
Oh my god.
The whole temple, he's got a lot to cover.
No,
Elix!
okay.
You yell out his name, he's still taking notes, and he's like, yes? He doesn't even look at you. He's still looking at the wall as he's like taking etchings and writing down notes of what he's seeing.
Commander Felix, the divine calls upon you. Waddle over to him.
Oh, yes, hello.
Do you know of the writings here? Yes?
No. Otherwise, I wouldn't be writing them down.
You are understanding them? Get really close to his face, like nose to nose.
He kind of leans down, still like it's a real thing. His nose is pointed towards the wall, and your nose is pointed towards his nose. So it's kind of like this T section of like nose touching. I'll let you in on a little secret. I understand none of this, but it's fascinating.
Above, there is a creature. There is the creature that is good to them. Above. We must find the other creature, so that I may take its heart, so that the Guardian will give me the stick of truth.
As you mention this, he suddenly stops, turns to look at you. Your noses touch. He turns a little red, and then he goes, "You found the monkey."
Yes. Above. And I'll just point up.
He looks up, looks back down. Your noses touch again. It's here.
Yes.
Where's the snake?
I do not know. I am looking for it so that I may take its heart. The stick of truth is the heart of the monk, is the heart of Thoth. I must have the heart of Baskir to give to Thoth, so that I may have the stick of truth.
Who's Thoth?
The monkey.
Who's Baskir?
Points to the many-headed snake.
You can read this.
Yes.
He shows the book in your face. What does it say?
Face first into the book, and I'll try reading it.
Yeah. As he shoves the book in your face, quickly make like an investigation check.
Oh god. Investigation 16.
Part of me is wanting to go funny with this, part of me is not. So I'm going to say this. On one part of the paper, you find what looks like a grocery list in Elven. We're splitting it down the middle. And on the other part of the paper, you find, or you see what looks like mentions of a group of elves that were connected very closely to Thoth, that split off from the elves that made this temple, this pyramid structure.
I'll point at the first page. This one is reminding someone to pick up 4 bars of soap, 3 mangoes, 15 bananas, 22 sticks, and so on and so forth. This
Fascinating.
side, however, speaks of the followers of Thoth that have split away from their fellows.
Also fascinating. How do you think they made their soap?
It is pig fat, is it not?
I don't know.
There are plenty of pigs in the forest.
Fascinating.
I would assume that they take the animal fat and they crush it into a paste, and then they wrap it around the rock. It is how my people did it.
You bathe in pig fat. Strange.
Is that not what your soap is made of?
I don't know. Smells like flowers, so I assume flowers.
Many things smell like flowers that are not flowers. Unfortunate.
The world has many mysteries.
We must find Beskid. He must die. I must have his heart.
He kind of looks around. Well, I've noticed these pictures of the giant snake. It only recently was brought up in this section. The section below did not have any mentions about it. Perhaps if we travel further up, we'll see more mentions of these two great beasts.
To the next floor?
He looks hesitantly at the immense amount of shit he has not transcribed down. He kind of bites his lip and then bites his finger. To the next room!
Up to the 3rd floor.
You can always come back.
Maybe.
Unless he
Maybe.
dies. The
Yeah.
Or Baskil decides that this temple is no longer worth it.
Alright, so you make your way up to the next floor. Go ahead and make me investigation checks for this floor.
I just flop onto the floor and start sniffing. Just
Smells like dirt. The soil is plentiful here.
It's
See them
loading.
now.
At this point, make a perception check.
Oh, they said. The Asian.
think
Oh, I
it's,
did. I'm talking.
yeah,
I'm
right.
talking to the woman.
Hello. Four.
Nah.
Okay, I keep talking to the monkey and eating food. And drinking.
It notices you drinking, and it kind of puts up a giant hand up to the bottle, and kind of makes like a pokes out its lips. It does that monkey thing where it pokes out its lips and kind of makes that.
She's gonna, because again, somehow Beatrice knows monkeys can't really have alcohol, or any kind of animal can really have alcohol. So she's gonna go into her bag and take out like some cranberry juice that she was planning to use for a mixer, and she's gonna give that to him.
Oh, animals don't need alcohol, huh? Then explain bees.
They're bees. They're fat and they fly. They already define the laws of physics.
Fair enough. Alright, so you pull out this cranberry juice / mixer. And what, you offer it to it? Is that what you're doing? What are you doing here?
Yes.
Do you hand the quotations baby an unopened bottle?
Yes, because it's just cranberry juice. I'll open it for him, but I'm giving him cranberry juice.
Alright, it tries to, as gently as it can, take the bottle, and then it kind of tries to like hold it between both hands unnecessarily, and it lifts it up to its mouth and tries to like knock it back, and then it just puts the entire bottle in its mouth and just.
Oh, okay. That works.
This adventure keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah, monkey. Monkey, monkey, monkey. Yeah, and she'll start dancing.
It kind of bobs its head up and down.
Meanwhile, downstairs looking for an angry snake. Upstairs is this.
Yep.
Baby monkey party.
Baby monkey party.
Meanwhile, in the Hall of Super Best Friends. Let's see here. So, yeah, pretty much the same thing as last time. Nichols, you see pictures, but nothing's really sticking out to you. Cross, you look around. You find depictions of what look like more references to and this portion you actually see references to the lizard folk tribe, more references to the snake people tribe, snake folk tribe. You actually, strangely enough, do not find any more references to to a separate Elven tribe or clan or group, what have you. But now you see references to either an ape tribe or a group of wild ape creatures, and you see more depictions of this um more depictions of this humanoid-esque ape that you saw outside previously, only these are a little bit more better condition, being inside away from a majority of the elements. As you go deeper in, you notice that many of the depictions of this snake creature have been crossed out and to a point just cease entirely. Meanwhile, the depictions of this giant ape become more prevalent, and Nucles, as you kind of read what Cross finds, you kind of get depictions of some sort of either conflict or strife, some sort of disagreement that kind of excluded or separated the snake folk from the rest of the tribes in the area, or the rest of the groups in the area. Those groups being the elves, these strange ape-like folk, and the lizard folk. And you notice up until that point, the depictions of the multi-headed snake and the snake folk are still present, but have it almost looks like someone tried to go back and erase, but good luck erasing stone, so they just crossed them out or scratched them out. And then it gets to a point where they're just excluded completely without any records whatsoever.
They banished Baskir. Look here, and I'll go ahead and translate for Felix to write down.
Felix comes over and just feverishly writes down as much as he can, taking charcoal etches of what he's seeing, putting paper up above the carvings and etching them out with the charcoal. Um, but where did they banish it to? But we saw the snake people, didn't we? They're still here. And the elves are gone.
Something has caused the other tribes to leave this area and for the Yonti to return. Perhaps they are trying to re-establish their fallen creature. But then where would they use this? We have been lied to. This is why they want peace. This is why they want us to bring peace with the Kamiliks.
What?
So they can
Why?
get the sticker.
To bring down Thoth and re-establish Baskir.
Fascinating.
Just starts vibrating on the spot. Just... The question is, where is Baskir now? The injuries that Thoth has sustained, they must have come from him.
Then he must be somewhere. It, she, them.
It would have to be close. The wounds were still fresh. The first queens, they want the stick of truth. Quickly, back to Beatrice! Back to Beatrice!
But we have one more level! As you all rush out, grabbing Felix and dragging him out. At that point, Beatrice, you would hear Felix's voice yelling out somewhere, echoing out throughout the room you're in.
Where did all the pork go? Where did it all go?
You see the ape just kind of licking its fingertips.
Oh. Do you know where it went? You're a baby monkey. You don't know where it went. Okay. I'll make something else. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna start going through her bag to see if she can make the guy something else. And just heat up some rations again. She's ignoring Felix, by the way. She doesn't give a shit.
You quickly I figured when none of you knew where the fuck he went to. You quickly go through your bag, finding what rations you have, putting them in the giant brazier and cooking them up, heating them up. The salty smell of rations kind of filling the air.
Meat.
You probably still have some Alice oils as well.
Probably.
Probably.
She'll dunk them into the sauce. Literally just grab it by the handful, dunk it into the sauce, put it on a plate, and when they get here, just shove the plate into their face. Eat.
This sauce has been cooking for 50 years.
Absolutely.
We never let the fire die, and we never pour new oil in it. This oil is 60 years old. It's full of salmonella.
It is one of the most concentrated soups there are.
I hate it.
You hate it, but this shit actually exists. Not the oil part. They put new oil in every time, but yeah.
I know about just like working in a fast food joint. The idea of cooking anything in old oil.
Alright, so Beatrice, you're cooking up some rations. Probably some allosaurus. Uh, Cross and Nuckles, you both run out of this section. Um, do you go to the next level, or do you just bypass it completely and go back to Beatrice?
I'll probably stop at the next level and like gesture it across and just be like, "Cross, take the goblet to Felix and see what you can find. I must warn Beatrice."
Okay, I will keep looking.
And then I will rush up to go warn Beatrice.
Alright, you rush up to the top. Cross, as you go into the last level with Felix, give me an investigation check at advantage. This will just be like Felix helping quotations. Nuckles, you make your way up to the top. You crawl back in through the hole where Beatrice is.
Not 20, my dude.
That's the second nat 20 of the night, if you count that first one, which we don't. Alright. With Felix's help, as you look in this last level, you see more depictions of the three tribes. As you go deeper in, you find depictions of the three races kind of being in a vague alliance. The elves being at the highest power at this point. And then as you go deeper in, you see depictions of what look like a main either city or a main temple in the middle of destruction, with this a similar large snake-like creature that you saw before emerging out from the middle of it.
Emerging out of what?
The middle of what looks like a depiction of a city or a large temple structure, surrounded by depictions of what look like elvish individuals fleeing from it, being killed in the process, or something similar to that. And as you go deeper in, you see depictions of what look like an alliance between the three tribes against this giant, multi-headed serpent to try and defeat it. And not being able to read the script, just going by the pictures alone, it seems like they were in a process of losing, and at the height of the battle, the tribe of these ape-like individuals either summoned a giant ape or managed to drive it into the area where a battle between the two large beasts ensued. From what you can tell, Snake, the serpent creature, was either defeated or perished, something of that matter. But in the process, a majority of the Elven civilization was destroyed, along with the ape tribe. The only tribe kind of coming out mostly unscathed or either in enough capacity to survive being a small portion of the lizard folk.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I think I've read all the readings. Was there more above me?
You look above you. The roofs in this structure have been pretty plain for the most part. It does have like a nice like stone like pattern to it. But there's nothing of like significant um depiction other than just a nice looking stone like structure, a stone lattice work. Um, and that kind of goes for like every section that you went into. Um, and that's basically the kind of what you derive from the depiction of the pictures themselves. Because I don't think you speak Elvish. Do you speak Elvish? I don't think you do. I think we went over this last time.
Nope.
Yeah. So you don't know what the script says, but this is kind of like how you have kind of translated what the pictures mean. You're playing Pictionary, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And with a natural 20, this is what that gets you.
Well, cool. Alrighty then. I think I've cleared the room, right?
Yes. Unless you want to look for treasure. I don't know if you want to. I don't know if you have been. Have you been looking for
There's
treasure?
always treasure.
Alright, in that case, roll me 3 treasure checks. Investigation checks for the past 3 rooms you were in.
Here's 2.
Oh, yeah, you can just hit the button twice and we'll take that. So, with an 18, a 12, and a 27. For the second room, the second layer that you went into, you found you found a small jade statuette of what looks like an elvish figure. You find what looks like some fine crafted elven works. You find some. I say fine, but you know they're aged extremely, but they're fine for the time. You find some, and that's the first floor. In the second floor, you find not much. You don't really find much in the third level. And in this level with the 27, you find some more of these jade statuettes of various figures. You find what looks like a large stone head, kind of placed, kind of crumbled down in a portion of the room, and where the eyes would be, you see 2 what look like green gemstones, kind of faceted, where the pupils and the eyes would be at.
Mm-hmm. I shall take it all.
All right. You take everything of value that you think would be valuable. And I would say with a 27, you also find like an old elven longbow, which after who knows how long has aged tremendously, but you find an old elven longbow. The string has pretty much broken, but it has like nice elven like calligraphy on it, kind of going up along the bow itself.
Very nice. Then I'll join back up with the crew.
All right, you make your way out with Felix this time, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And you make your way up top. At this time, Nucles, you made your way back up top to Beatrice while Cross and Felix were doing that whole thing.
I climb down as fast as I can without slipping and falling, and then I just run over to Beatrice going, Beatrice, we are betrayed! We are betrayed, Beatrice!
She currently has a bunch of empty packets of rations around her. And she's feeding another one to the gorilla. So there are like 5 empty rations of hers around her. And and the gorilla is eating some of it. What?
They're false queens! They're false queens of the Yonti! They sent us here to reinstall their dark god! We are betrayed, Beatrice.
Okay, what do we do?
We rout them from these lands.
Okay, how?
We spit on them.
I could do that. Okay. Okay.
We spit on the non-believers. We spit on the non-believers in defense of the great Thoth.
Okay. I fed the baby.
At this point, as you're talking, you just see the giant gorilla kind of like trying to pick a ration out of Beatrice's hand while she has her back to him.
And she just lets it happen. There you go.
We are false, Beatrice. This is no baby. This is the guardian Thoth.
He's not a baby?
No.
But he came out of an egg.
Listen, it is divine creatures. Do not question. Do not question whether they come from eggs or from the ground or from the sky or from the water.
Okay. That's a lot of words. What do I do?
We wait for the others to come, and then we take the fight to the Yonti. We drive them from these lands and tell them, no, your dark god shall never hold sway in this place again.
But
There's
isn't that mean? What if we show them that this is a nice baby? What if they find out that this is a nice baby?
You have strange ways of looking at the world.
other questions. When we left on this mission, we were trying to find the stick of truth, right? And then afterwards, we found the Kamilic tribe, who yes, and then we found the UNT who wanted to either invade or make peace with the Kamilic tribe. But they didn't tell us anything about the stick of truth, right?
Well, the stick of truth
so-
was just something Nucles was trying to find.
Yeah, so what all 3 of you technically came here for was just to get Felix to a set of ruins that he believed was out here. You think you did that. Nucles, his whole backstory is that he came out here because his queens told him to find a stick of truth. That's why he came out here. You, as a collective, all of you came out here just to get Felix to a set of ruins that he said was out here. Had nothing to do with the Stick of Truth.
Okay.
That's just a Nukkles thing. The Stick of Truth is just a Nukkles thing.
Oh, he just left. I thought, I didn't know if he wanted to go fight his queens or if he wanted to go fight the UNT queens, or both.
Well, I can say with certainty he doesn't want to fight his own queens. So I can snip that out for him.
He made it seem like his queen sent him to find the stick, and because it's connected to the beast, he made it seem like they wanted him to kill the beast to take the stick.
That may be true. He doesn't know that fully.
Okay.
He's using Nukkles logic that if he takes a heart out of one creature, he can replace it with a stick. He's using Nukkles logic.
I just wanted to know. He wants to fight Camille. Oh, sorry. He wants to fight UNT. That's what I was trying to get clarified.
I believe that is true. I think that is where he's going with this.
Okay.
When he gets back, you can verify with him, but I believe that is where he's headed with this whole thing.
Okay. What are you thinking, Boar Woman?
Well, that's a conundrum. Sure. So, are we 100% certain that the UNT tribe is trying to get us to kill the monkey?
No. That's what I was trying to clear. I don't think so. They know nothing about monkey. They told us to go to Camille people and gather intel.
We did that. Plus, we interacted with them, and they wanted peace, as we wanted peace.
Yeah, one of them wanted peace. The other one wanted intel, and I only communicated with one of them saying they're working on peace.
But we technically already got intel.
Yeah, but we haven't delivered the intel yet.
Ah, that is true. Could you cast sending again?
I can.
And just like give them the rough down of like the intel that we got without mentioning that we made contact?
I can do that.
What they don't know can't hurt them. I mean, they only asked for us to get intel. They didn't exactly ask us to like not make. Well, even if they did, like, they don't need to know.
Yeah.
I gotta bop in here real quick. I'm sorry to do this, but I gotta bop out like 10 minutes early here to get on my way to work.
Okay, no worries.
Alright, I will see you guys next week. Have a good...
Alright, real quick, if you can, verify what it is you want to do, because we got some questions about what it is everyone may want to do here.
So right now, Nukkles is primarily concerned with the defense of Thoth as the guardian of the Stick of Truth, but he also wants to try and keep the Yuan-Ti as far from Thoth as possible.
And why do you think the UNT want Thoth? They didn't tell us anything about him.
Nukkles is legitimately just doing Nukkles logic for this.
Okay.
Based on what we've seen in the depictions. Nukkles right now is convinced that the Yuan-Ti and their false queens want to reinstate Baskil as a god in this place.
Cool. Alright, making sense.
Alright. Take it easy, guys.
Alright, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for playing. Of course you dropped by. You're playing.
Yep. I will see you guys next week, and I will see you on Sunday, Shep.
Coolio.
And Shepard,
yes.
Is there normal log off time 8:30 or 9?
8:30, because we start at 5:30.
Cool.
We got 3 hours, so 8:30. So honestly, if we want, we could just stop now, since Shade left, or we could keep going until 8:30. Plus, we also did start late because my shit fucked up.
Fine, because it's now 12:22.
Yeah, we're good. We can wait.
Yeah.
If we want to just hang out with, not hang out, but like do the rest of it with Shade, because I think like, I don't know. I think we need everyone here for this since we're kind of coming out to crunch time.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one. Thanks for playing. Thanks for being here. Well, that's about the same thing. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed.
Very fun. Thanks again for having me.
Always.
Thanks again, Shepard. I love you platonically.
You better.
I know.
1,000 miles away. Oh, he's gone.
Oh my god, I forgot who it is. I forgot who his name is. Han Solo moment. I know. No, nothing. Didn't get it. Okay, fine.
No, I'm sorry.
Han Solo when he gets dipped in the stuff.
I don't see Star Wars. Sorry. And you want to know what the worst part is? That my mom is literally like, she saw all the Star Wars movies in theaters when they came out, and I was never been able to get into Star Wars.
How dare.
I know. I'm so sorry.
I have been slighted this day, and I will never forget it. Yes. Alright, well, thanks for playing. I will not smite you down yet.
Bye-bye.
And I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a like on the video, comment,